Yeah, thank you, and thank you. Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show, sponsored by the NFL Network. This is Calvin Dean. Wow, do we have a show for you today? I mean, it's going to be fun. We're 1 week away from the 2021 NFL Draft. Oh, I can just feel it in the air, like that first snowfall. You can just smell the crisp air coming in, and man, it's going to be fun. This show is just going to be all about fun. And I might have a few surprises for you guys. Nicky Niners, the 49ers, third pick. That's the pick that everyone's talking about. I mean, everyone is talking about it. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he's the easy pick. And the Jets going with Wilson, that's an easy pick. Those two are just the most easiest picks of any NFL draft. Guys, those two picks it's just inevitable. They're going 1-2. Trevor Lawrence and Mr. Wilson is going to the Jets. And then we have Nicky's Niners. Yeah. Yes. The San Francisco 49ers. I mean, come on, people. This is the pick. And I want to tell you something. This is a very important pick for Shanahan. I mean, this is his coaching. This is it. And I'll tell you something. I believe, come Thursday night, they're going to have someone is going to trade up and get Jimmy G. Something's going to happen there. I really believe Jimmy G will be traded next Thursday night. I really think that something's going to happen. They might get another draft pick and go bing bam, and really have a great draft. And now, who will they pick at number 3? That's the question. I have predicted in 2 previous shows, I've called it. I said that it would be Mac Jones. But, come on. I heard a little bird tell me, Nicky, that it's Justin Fields. So, I don't know. That's why it is such a tough pick. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the top 20 picks. We're going to also talk about some football news, and we're going to go from there. Enjoy the show, people. Enjoy the show. Yeah. This is the Calvin Dean Show, 1 week before the 2021 NFL Draft. Oh, man. It's going to be fun, guys. This show is going to be sort of, kind of reminder. Remember 2018? Remember that draft of all those quarterbacks? Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, number 7. Josh Rosen. Is he in the NFL still? I guess he's over the Niners or something like that. But man, Josh Rosen, what a bust. And Lamar Jackson, number 32. Lamar Jackson, guys, number 32. The last pick of the NFL draft was to the Baltimore Ravens. And man, I just think about it. Out of all those guys, Lamar Jackson, MVP, has brought his team to the playoffs multiple seasons. Josh Allen, the same, brings his team to the championship. Both guys, both are just amazing. Baker Mayfield, his rookie season, awesome. Second season, not so good. Third season, awesome. Just awesome last year. Brought his team to the playoffs. Wow. And unfortunately, Sam Darnold, he got on one of the worst teams in the NFL and got beat up, totally beat up. 3 years, and he is on another team. He went to the Carolina Panthers on a big trade this year. So, and then Josh Rosen, I knew I would have never picked Josh Rosen. I met the guy once, and his personality was nil. He was complaining. I remember him complaining about the Arizona Cardinals, that there was no ocean. And then also, what did he complain about? Oh, he was living in a penthouse, and outside, from the penthouse is all desert. And he was just all complaining. I mean, complaining that he's in the NFL, complaining what he's got. I mean, a penthouse. He's complaining about a penthouse. Think about it, people. Think about that one. That's who Josh Rosen is. Really, that's who he is. And that's the reason why he hasn't fit in to NFL. It's all about Josh Rosen, and he's got a world of talent, but his head's on wrong. That's for sure. But Baker Mayfield, hats off to Baker. He made me look bad this last year in 2020 because I thought he was going to be all world 2019. All my fantasy leagues, I had 60 fantasy leagues in 2019, and I had him on like 32 teams. Out of the 60, more than half of my teams was I drafted Baker Mayfield, and he was a bust that year. So embarrassing. And then I bagged on him in 2020 before the season, and he proved me wrong. And I always, whenever I bagged on him, I always said, I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong. And he proved me wrong. And I wanted him to prove me wrong, and he did. Now, Lamar Jackson, the former MVP. I mean, the guy he's all world. He's, back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. And last year, he didn't have one of the best. He did win a playoff game. Hats off to Lamar. And, just Justin Herbert. I mean, how about him? Justin. I mean, the guy is just, wow. I mean, think about it, man. Justin Herbert. I mean, in 2020, Joe Burrow, number one, unfortunately had to go to the Bengals. And then Tua Tagovailoa, goes to the Miami Dolphins. And Herbert, Justin Herbert, he's number 6, and he went to, the Los Angeles Chargers. And I mean, that out of all those guys, Jordan Love as well, Jalen Hurts, that was the 2020 draft. And it was just, amazing that, think about it. Joe Burrow, unfortunately, and I'm not going to go into it, I predicted he would get hurt if he started, and that happened. But poor Joe. Tua, I'm not a big Tua fan. I'm sorry, don't throw stones, but I'm not. And, if he doesn't do well this year, I think they're going to be searching for another quarterback. I think it was really dumb move last year when they had a winning record and they sat McMagic. McMagic, that's his name. The guy is just a stud. And Fitzpatrick, well, I call him Fitzmagic. And that was just a dumb move. And he's not better than him. And I don't see him as the actual, the future of Miami. He's not a running quarterback, by the way. Everyone thinks he's not a running quarterback. He's pass first, And anyway, I didn't see much of him. He's very predictable when it comes to passing. Justin Herbert now, that kid's going to be another Mahomes. I'm telling you. I mean, he's just gunslinger, man. Wow, what an arm. And he fits balls. He's very smart. He checks off. This year's going to be even better. Watch. watch out for the Chargers this coming year. They're gonna make a run. Jordan Love. Jordan Love won't be starting as long as he's in Green Bay. Maybe soon. Who knows? I don't think so. If Rodgers leaves, he'll be starting. Jalen Hurts. I guess Philadelphia's possible new starting quarterback. Possible, I say, because Philadelphia came out today and they said that there's no, they're not naming Jalen Hurts as their starting quarterback, and for this season. So I'm thinking, so what are they doing? Are they seeking another quarterback in first round? I mean, what's going to go on with the Philadelphia Eagles? Think about that. I don't know. One of the best years, I think, probably the best year of any draft was the 2004 draft. I think so. Right? That was just a fun draft to watch. Eli Manning, number 1, right? 2-time, Super Bowl champ. Phillip Rivers, first card Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, Phillip Rivers. What a great career he had. Ben Roethlisberger. Come on. Big Ben, I mean, that was a great year. I mean, Max Schaub, remember Schaub from Houston? He was the 90th pick. He was the 3rd round pick that year. And I just, wow. Three quarterbacks that are going into the Hall of Fame. All 3 quarterbacks, that Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger, will be going into the Hall of Fame. And that's all from the 2004 draft. You can't say that much of any other draft, really. I mean, it's 17. Of course, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I mean, but think about this one. Mitchell Trubisky was number 2 that year. Wow. What a bust that was, Just, he's on Buffalo, and he was number 1 pick from Chicago. I don't know what. I mean, this is my thing with Chicago. They just released Mitchell Trubisky, right? Trubisky's on the Buffalo Bills now, right? They release Mitchell Trubisky and get Andy Dalton. I'm sorry, you're gonna pick Andy Dalton over Mitchell Trubisky. I don't see it. I don't see the logic. I just don't see the logic. I mean, think about it. The Chicago Bears starting quarterback is going to be Andy Dalton. That just doesn't get old. Does it get old? I don't think it gets old, people. I mean, think about it. Andy Dalton, Chicago Bears starting quarterback for the 2021 NFL season. I just keep thinking it's a joke, I don't know. But I mean, that was really a good draft. Patrick Mahomes, hello, and Deshaun Watson. I mean, 2 awesome, talented quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, he went to number 10, and Watson went number 12. So, Patty Mahomes, man, whew, boy, what a pickup that was, whew, what a pickup that was. That was a great pickup. 2012 season was pretty good too. I mean, think about it. You have Andrew Luck was number 1. He'll be a Hall of Famer. And Robert Griffin III, RG3. I mean, he great, couple of great years. Gets hurt and he falls off the planet. But he's still in the NFL, mind you, guys, still playing. And Ryan Tannehill, taking his team to the playoffs. I mean, goes from Miami and then goes into the Tennessee Titans, and it's just killing it. And he was number 8th pick of that draft. Number 1 was Andrew Luck. Number 2 was RG3. So I mean, that's number 2. 1 and 2. Wow. And Tannehill was number 8. So, I'll tell you. Remember Brock Osweiler? He went in the second round that year. Second round. And how about this one? Russell Wilson, guys. Russell Wilson in 2012 draft, guys. Think about that. Andrew Luck, RG3, Ryan Tannehill, okay? Russell Wilson went in the third round, the 75th pick. Russell Wilson. Oh, my God. Nick Foles, 88th in the third round. Now, think about it. Both quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl. Wow. And then Cousins. Kirk Cousins in the fourth round. The fourth round, people. 2012 was stacked. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks, 6 quarterbacks even. I'll give RG3 his due. Turned out to be very, very good quarterbacks. Very good quarterbacks. In 2005 season, it was okay. I mean, Alex Smith and then Aaron Rodgers. Alex Smith was number 1. Think about it. Number 1. And Aaron Rodgers, number 24. Wow. 24. 24. And that's 2005. Wow. Man, I mean, remember 2021? Who was the number 1 pick in 2021? Anyone? Michael Vick. Michael Vick was number 1 pick in 2001. I mean, and then Drew Brees, people. Drew Brees was number 32 that year. Drew Brees. 2021, Drew Brees. Number 30. He was his 32nd pick. I mean, come on. And, I mean, this year is important. It's going to be an important year. I mean, 2011 was a good year too. I mean, you had Cam Newton coming out then. Andy Dalton. I'm sorry. Did I just mention Andy Dalton? That's just terrible. That's terrible. And Jared Goff came out in 2016 with Carson Wentz. Jared Goff was number 1, and he brought his team to the Super Bowl. How many quarterbacks can actually say that? Not many. And then Carson Wentz, the same one. Carson Wentz, got hurt. Foles went to the Super Bowl in his place, but still, he brought the team there, to that level. And then Foles finished it out. Very good. Even Dak Prescott was in 2016. Remember that? Now, the richest quarterback, his contract was just stupid. Stupid good. He was 4th round, guys. 135th pick. Gets a $160 million contract. Think about that. Wow. Then you have, 2014, Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy, he's on the move. Teddy's on the move, and Johnny Manziel that year didn't work out too well. Derek Carr was in the second round in 2014, and Jimmy G went 62nd in the second round of the 2014 draft. And even Logan Thomas went in the 4th round that year. Some great, I'll tell you something. 2000, remember, Chad Pennington. That was the last New York Jet, Chad Pennington. That was one quarterback that was really good. Brought his team to, the playoffs. And you haven't heard hide or hair from the Jets. They're just, they have that knack not to pick a great quarterback or a good quarterback, so to speak. I think Sam Darnold was a great quarterback. I really do. I just think that they brought him in and they threw him in to the Wolves, and the guy just ran around for his life and trying to, every pass, it has to be a great physical, play. You just can't just drop back, go to the right, go to the left, and pass. He was running for his life the whole entire time, whole season. Well, every time he played. The Jets, they're just, I don't know, something about that team, that they don't get it. You need to put talent around your quarterback. You just do. Put Patrick Mahomes there, it would have had the same thing would have happened. Maybe a little better, but not much better. So, Sam's going to do good in Carolina. And now Wilson's going to go to the Jets on the second pick. But now, who is going to pick the third pick of the 2021 NFL Draft? Yes, I'm going to tell you who is going on the third pick of the NFL Draft. And that person is. Are you ready, people? Are you ready? It is Mac Jones from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Will be the third pick and go to the San Francisco 49ers, as I put it, Nicky's Liners. Sorry, Nicky, you're thinking the Justin Fields, or to take Justin Fields. I still believe that Mr. Mac Jones is going to go in the third pick, and I think someone's going to come down to number 4. I don't think Atlanta is going to pick Justin Fields. I just don't see it happening. I think they're very happy with Ryan, and I just don't see them picking a quarterback. I think they're going to trade. So, to get some, better defense. That's what the Atlanta Falcons need, is a better defense. And I think they're going to go from there. I think they're going to trade. Maybe New England coming down and taking Justin Fields, or someone trading down to number 4, and might have something to do with. Now, mind you, they're San Francisco 49ers. I mean, who knows? What can happen? They might be wheeling and dealing Jimmy G at the night before, and then just everything, snowballs and comes in the lap of the 49ers, Nicky's Niners. I think, it's really crucial, this pick, and how they work on a trade with Jimmy G, So, obviously they're taking a quarterback. I would not keep Jimmy G, especially, I think he's a great draft, to trade bait. I think he's great trade bait. Why wait a year? They play him for like a half a year, and then they throw the kid in. Why wait? Why wait a half a season and then put the kid in when you think the kid's ready? You trade him now, because if that happens in the middle of the season, guess what? His Jimmy G's stock is lower. Is lower. I really believe that it'd be the best interest, the smartest financial decision would be to trade him the night before the draft, and I think that's what's going to happen. Now, mind you, the draft is on the 29th, so I think the morning of, or maybe even Wednesday, I think the morning of that Thursday, that definitely something's going to go down. I think Jimmy G will be traded that day. So, I mean, Jacksonville, number 1, of course, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's an easy pick. The Jets, number 2, they're definitely going to pick Mr. Wilson. And, it just goes right from there. It goes to San Francisco. Mac Jones is going to go to San Francisco. I highly, I think he'll fit in well. They have Anook, they have Debo, they have everyone back, the running backs. They have that big old Williams, the left tackle. They're going to be hurt. Just that team is going to be pretty good, and I think they'll probably either get another wide out or defensive cornerback, strong safety. But I think that Teddy Bruschi. He was a great linebacker, and Parsons is a great pickup, really great pickup, and I think that whoever picks Parsons from Penn State is really going to do well. And I don't really think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to pick Justin Fields, but they might. But I don't. I think they're going to go with Mac Jones. Number 4 with the Falcons. I still think that the someone's going to trade down, and it could be New England trading down and getting Fields. Someone's going to trade down. I guarantee you, someone's going to trade down. And then the Bungles, they just need a big offensive tackle. They really do. And they are number 5. So I really think the Falcons, if Falcons stay, they'll pick up Pitts. They'll pick up Pitts. That pick, that would be. I think that would be Kyle Pitts. This guy's he's all world. Either that or, like I said, someone's going to trade down for a quarterback and get Justin Fields. And then you need an offensive tackle. I really believe the big kid from Oregon, Mr. Sewell, is going to go to the Bengals. And then you have the 6th pick would be the Miami Dolphins. And I think, it could. I'm telling you, it's that Nikki's from Nikki's Niners. She's telling me that she thinks it's Justin Fields. And if the Niners pick Justin Fields, I'm telling you something. Who's Mac Jones would be good. He'd be good in Belichick's system. He's the way he dropped back, he's smart, and Belichick loves that kind of player. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. I really do. I think he might be the heir apparent. He might, fit in there like Brady, And then, but they might trade down to number 7. I think if New England they trade down to 4 or 7, I think they're going to take a quarterback. That's for sure. If they do that, I just see them doing that. I really do. Now with the Miami Dolphins, number 6, I really think that they're definitely gonna pick a wideout, maybe Jalen Waddle. And then number 7, why not? I already said that I predicted last week that New England was going to go down to 4 and pick Justin Fields. But let's just say Justin Fields goes to the Niners, right? And then I think, definitely the Patriots will trade down and get Mac Jones. But I don't know if they need to trade down to get Mac Jones. I really don't. I don't think if Mac Jones doesn't go in number 3 to the Niners, and then I think he might be hard fought to get to number in the first round. I think he might drop off, but I think that New England would be a great chance for him. So either New England's going to go to 4 or they're going to go to 7 and trade down and get that. Now, I think the Carolina Panthers is number 8. I think they're definitely going to pick a big old offensive tackle. I think there's a kid from Northwestern, Rashad Slater. I think he'd be a perfect fit for them. Now, mind you, I think the 9th pick, I really think that, there's Fitzmagic is in the house of the Washington football team. I think they're going to trade down to number 9, and I think they're going to pick a quarterback, and I think Trey Lance will be ready for that, and I think that would be an awesome pick for the Washington football team. And then we have the number 10 pick with the Cowboys. They just need defense, and more defense. Their defense couldn't stop anyone. So, and I think J.C. Horn from South Carolina. I love that kid. I think he's all world. Or even, you know what? They need. I would rather go with an edge rusher, and there's a reason why. If you have corners that are, not all world corners, right? And you have, they're good and they keep up, but they need some help. And I think Dallas is going to pick an edge rusher. Scratch that. Jalen, can you believe it? I made a decision. Just like that. Here I have, read my script here, and all of a sudden, lights are going off. I think they're going to take Jalen Phillips. The Dallas Cowboys are going to definitely pick Mr. Phillips, and then number 11, of course. I think Devontae Smith of Alabama for the Giants. The Giants, think about that. Smith, and you already have Kenny Golladay. Oh my God. Jones is going to have they're going to be good this year, the Giants. Watch out for the Giants. And the Eagles, well, they have Jalen Hurts, so to speak. They haven't named him as their quote starting quarterback yet. That's a problem. So I think they might go with they just lost a big wideout, Mr. Deshaun Jackson, and I think they need a wideout. I think Jalen Waddle would be great for the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, now we got the Chargers, number 13. Chargers, they have some great talent on the Chargers. Some great talent. And I just see the Chargers going and getting Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons of Penn State going to the Chargers just to shore up that defense. Because, the offense has no problem scoring with Herbert and all his weapons. And now they did lose a tight end, mind you. They did lose a tight end. But I really think that that the Chargers will pick up a great linebacker in Micah Parsons. And then you have a number 14, which is Minnesota Vikings. They need a cornerback. I think they'll go with the kid out of South Carolina, J.C. Horn. I think that's going to happen. And then you have the Detroit Lions. Detroit, they need defense. They need defense, and they need a lot of things. They just got Golladay. I think maybe if J.C. Horn's still around, they might pick him. The Lions, or even go with Najee Harris of Alabama. I think that's who they're going to pick. That's the thing. If they pick, they have their running back, but they don't. Do they really have their running backs? they really need, scrap that. I really think that they're going to pick, the Lions are going to go defense. They got to go defense, and they're going to go with the big kid out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah, and they're going to pick him from Notre Dame, and that's the Lions pick. Number 16, you have this Arizona Cardinals, number 16. Arizona. Arizona, I think, like I said, I think the Lions are going to trade down to get that linebacker. I think I really do. I think they need a linebacker, and I think Micah Parsons will be gone before they get down. Number 16, the Cardinals. Cardinals need I think they need a running back. I really do. I don't think they have. They got rid of David Johnson. I think maybe the kid from Alabama, Najee Harris, will go to the Cardinals. I think that would be a great fit for them. And then you have the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders at number 17, they're going to pick a big old. The Raiders are noted for defense, and I think they're going to pick the kid edge rusher from Miami, Gregory Rousseau. From Miami, their edge rusher. I think that's going to pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. The Miami Dolphins will be at number 18. And, now Miami, they need to shore up their corners, maybe even, their O-line. I'm thinking more O-line. Jalen Mayfield from Michigan. I think Miami's going to pick a big old offensive lineman, and they'll be perfect for that. Number 19, wow, I think number 19, they're trade, Broncos are trading they've made a trade. I think they're going to make a trade to 19. They need someone. They need some help for Drew Lock, or maybe even a edge rusher. I think if they get an edge rusher in, or even a middle linebacker, that would be awesome for them. And I'm thinking more of maybe a strong safety. But in all reality, I mean, there's only so much. I think the top 20 is like all the top, the best of the best. You know what I mean? And I think they're going to go with, an offensive tackle, Christian Darrisaw, out of Virginia Tech. I think they're going to shore up their offensive line, and they're going to go with Mr. Darrisaw. Number 20, Chicago Bears. This is the last pick I'm picking, people, because, I don't want. I think the top 20 it's all about the top 20. That's just me. I think I'll go over briefly what I think what they're going to pick, or I think the Chicago Bears. They need some help. And I'm thinking maybe wideout, Rondale Moore out of Purdue. He's lived in that area, Purdue, and so I think he would fit well with Chicago. Another weapon for Andy Dalton. I'm sorry, did I say Andy Dalton? Anyway. So that's the top 20, guys. That's the top 20. That's who I think where they're going to be, the top 20. And you have number 21. You have the Indianapolis Colts. I think maybe Indianapolis Colts, I think they lost an old lineman. I think they might go with another old lineman to shore up that offensive line for Mr. Wentz. And then the Titans, they're going to need the Titans, they really need to shore up that defense. I'm thinking edge rusher Kwity Paye from Michigan. I think definitely is gonna. I think that would be perfect for them. And then I last but not least, we got the Jets, and I mean the Jets. Number 23. I'm not going further. Just not doing it. The Jets. I think maybe the Jets. They'll probably go with Terrence Marshall Jr. from LSU. He's a good kid. They need someone to throw to, or maybe even what about the running back from Clemson? Travis from Clemson. Oh, that would be a huge pickup. But they need some offensive linemen. They need to keep Wilson healthy, and also they need if they're going to pick up a running back, they're going to need offensive linemen, guys. They're going to just need it because they need protection. They need to get some holes open because they're a terrible team, just terrible. Oh wow, I tell you, this has been fun, people. Fun. We are 1 week away. And next week is going to be the live show, the live draft show. Yes, I'm going to be live, actually. And each pick, I'm going to go over each pick, dissect it. It's going to be fun. Thank you. And, by the way, had my second COVID shot yesterday. Pfizer, get vaccinated, people. Get vaccinated. I mean, if everyone gets vaccinated, we'll beat this. India right now, oh my God, India is just terrible. They had 1,100 people die yesterday of COVID. Another 240,000 people they tested positive. The day before, 300,000. Michigan's hurting. They're thinking about closing down. Toronto, Canada has closed down for a few weeks. So, I mean, the more you get vaccinated and everyone gets vaccinated, then we have the herd immunity, and then we all can get back to normal. And, it's a health thing. Just do it. Just do it. Listen to Calvin Dean. Get vaccinated. All right. And man, what a week. What a week. Javius Clowney signing, the trial in Minnesota, all the love, Black Lives Matter. And, just breathe, people, breathe. Now it's over. We need to move on and get things better. And we will. I have a strange feeling America's going to turn this thing and it's going to turn it around, and we're going to be better than we ever have been. And this season is going to be a great season, the 2021 NFL season. See you next week. This is Calvin Dean signing off with The Calvin Dean Show, sponsored by the NFL Network.